A couple of snowstorms may have been enough to take out plenty of sporting events throughout the county, but it wasn't enough to derail state championship hopes for two East End football powers. Welcome to a special SportsWire update. I'm Will Catterley. We start in Class 5, where the Highland Springs Springers were just one win away from the state finals at James Madison. Standing in their way, Indian River, who the Springers last played 10 years ago. And in that contest, the Black and Gold got the victory, starting a remarkable run that included 4 straight state championships and 7 state title game appearances. So to Victor Crider Stadium we go. Springers 7 state championship appearances since 2015, trying to go for number 8 on the snow-covered tundra. Victor Crider Stadium. State semifinal, Indian River, Highland Springs, Antoine Richardson to Malik Bullock. Spoiler alert, Antoine Richardson had one heck of a night. 43-yard touchdown pass to Malik Bullock. Another spoiler alert, you haven't heard the last from Malik. 6-0 Springers with 4:34 to go in the first. Meanwhile, Indian River could only muster just over 40 yards of total offense because this defense was putting up zeros. Javion Kraft with a stop. Number 44 gets involved. Trey Worthington. Indian River had a tough time running the football, and state championship teams have great special teams. Malik Bullock on the punt return, dodging more snow piles than he is Indian River players. Touchdown 50 yards later. Springers 2-touchdown lead. 13-0 would be the score after one. Second quarter. Springers back on offense. They got the ground game going too. Look at these 2 big blocks. Number 75 going in there as well. And number 22 with the run. JC Jonathan Carter with a first down will lead to this. Richardson 10 for 13 on the night or the afternoon, including this bullet to number 3 Devin Simmons. The 20-yard touchdown pass gives Highland Springs a 3-score advantage, 20-0 at the half. Second half, more from the Springers, able to open it up on the ground. This run by Jalen Padmore would get more yards inside the Indian River 2. It would lead to this. Quarterback keeper Antoine Richardson dialing up his own number. Touchdown. Springers 28-0 at that point. Richardson 10 of 13 passing for 176 yards and 3 touchdowns, 11 carries, 55 yards, and another touchdown. More Springer D. Late in the third with the stop. Another great tackle right there. Number 22 doing the damage, 28-0. Highlands would go to the fourth and final stanza. And finally, Indian River, well, they finally got things going. The run for the first down, number 7, Malik Hiru. Lord Malik Hiru, the freshman touted quarterback, with a first down, and then he throws the touchdown pass to number 11, Braves on the board, Donovan Brown. 28-8, and that is the only time the Braves would snip the end zone. Not done is Antoine Richardson, and not done is Mr. Simmons. Devin Simmons to the house. 52 yards to pay dirt, and the Springers will return to the state championship game as they have been playing better and better and better and better each week. They will take on the Maury Commodores. 35-8 is your final.
I mean, you talking about special teams. Anytime you play in a big-time game, you got to have special teams play at a high level. We've learned that in the past. It's something that we want to continue with, but it was huge to kind of break the game open early in the first quarter. The goal is to be better each and every week. To be able to put 35 points on the board in the state semifinal means a lot, and only give up 8, and the 8 came late. You know, it speaks a lot to what our team is doing and what we're building. But again, we know the opponent that we're playing. We know how good of a coach staff they are. We got a lot of work to do, but we're going to enjoy this one tonight.
Meanwhile, just down the road, the Varina Blue Devils had been dreaming about this opportunity for an entire year. Last season, the Blue Devils made it to Liberty, where they lost a tightly contested state title game to Phoebus. Fast forward to Saturday afternoon, and the Blue Devils just needed one more win. This one against Jefferson Forest to get back to Lynchburg. Varina, Jefferson Forest, a trip to Liberty University, and a chance at the state championship hanging in the balance. As I said in the Springer highlights, state championship teams are graded special teams. Opening kickoff, Varina. Look at him go. First down starting in the Jefferson Forest 45-yard line. Jeremiah White, and then first play from scrimmage. Jefferson Forest had answers to Varina's run game. They had no answers for D1. Damari Carter, first play from scrimmage, touchdown catch. Caleb Wise to Damari Carter. Tell me if you've heard that before. 7-0 Varina, 11:42 to go, still in the first quarter. Forest had some success on the ground, but the Varina Blue Devil defense would step up when needed. Number 55, Armin King, would stop there. Great state championship teams play great special teams. The block punt sets up Varina deep in Jefferson Forest territory, albeit they would get stopped. Still, 7-0. They take back over on offense to the Blue Devils, and it's Weiss firing, finding, connecting. He's got his man Michael Farley for a first down. That would lead to this. Weiss downfield now. Got his man. It's Shanondre Williams, good for a first. And then culminating this one right up the gut. Great job by the offensive line on that particular run. Farley gets all the way down. I thought he scored there. Getting all the way down to the 1-yard line. Didn't score there, but yeah. One-on-one, Damari Carter got no chance. Weiss does, though. He connects, fires, finds him. Their second touchdown connection of the afternoon. And the Blue Devils, just like that, making it look easy squeezy, lemon peasy. 14-0, 18 seconds to go in the first. Back to Jefferson Forest. They got the ground game going here. That's good for a first down. They got a couple of firsts into Blue Devil territory. And then in the second, watch this play. This is crazy. Drops the football, fumbles, but Jefferson Forest, Johnny on the spot with the recovery. He's going to take it to the house. Touchdown. Pearson Brooks with the scoop and score on offense, and the Cavaliers, while being dominated, just down a touchdown, 14-7. But Varina would have answers, and you know, when you need it most, Caleb Wise can get it done with his legs. First down, Blue Devils inside the 40 would lead to this. Weiss firing, finding, got his man. First down and more. Jeremiah White on the receiving end. Then White's going to keep it himself like a pinball in the machine. Bouncing off tacklers, and look at him go. You got to wrap up this kid. All the way inside the 5-yard line. And Weiss and the Blue Devils knocking on the door once again. Not the best execution on the handoff, but good enough up front by the Blue Devils to give Michael Farley the touchdown run. And Varina answers the Cavalier touchdown by Jefferson Forest, and it's 21-7 Blue Devils. Forest trying to come up with answers of their own. The defensive front has been one of the big strengths of Varina, and yeah, number 22 has too. Kason Peterson with the stop and the sack. And then how about this? Fake it to Carter, look his way. You got one-on-one on the other side. Pitch, catch, Weiss, tremendous once again. Always big in big games. This time Trayvon Rogers on the receiving end. Weiss going to dial up his own number. Touchdown, Varina. 28-7 at that point. Weiss, as I said, magnificent in this one. 3 touchdowns passing, 1 rushing, 28-7. And Blue Devils could do no wrong. Jefferson Forest pulling out the tricky Cavalier playbook. It's the running back throwing to the receiver on that one. First down. Cavs, too good to be completely shut down, even by a dominant Varina D. Roll out, firing, finding his man for the touchdown pass. Cavaliers get back on the scoreboard and answer Varina's score. Just down 2 tutties, 28-14 at that point. But again, Blue Devils, way too much firepower on the offensive end. It's Weiss, sounded like a broken record, firing, finding Jeremiah White. Tons of catches for White in this one. And then they got their ground game going by spreading out this defense. What a great run. One of the biggest of the day, really. Jabri Pearson taking that one and then leading this. The 3rd touchdown catch of the state semifinal. Damari Carter. D1 with another touchdown. 35-14 Varina at that point. Blue Devils defense taking care of the rest. If you're going to mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns, I should say. Number 56, Jay Sean, the Bull Richardson with the sack. And more from the Varina defense. Not only the sack, but the strip sack fumble. Good for the recovery. Number 9 in on that one. Braylon Hood, senior linebacker, was extra special in this one in the fourth. Back to the ground game. You want some Pearson? You got him. Jabri Pearson. Put this one on your huddle reel. That's good for the touchdown up the middle. Said this would be the Pearson show. 42-14 in the fourth. 11:04 to go after a Jefferson Forest touchdown. Here comes Pearson around the right side. Pearson flashing that speed too. Pearson all the way down to the Cavalier 30-yard line. Later in the drive, lead to this. Pearson, boom, showing some power up the gut. Touchdown. A-gap run, I guess. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Way too much firepower. Way too much defense. Way too much gumption. Blue Devils want to get back to Liberty. They are 49-21. So the Blue Devils head to Liberty to battle Loudoun County for the Class 4 state championship. That game kicks off at 11:30. The Springers battle Maury in the Class 5 state title game at JMU. The kickoff for that one is 5 p.m. Let's head to the hardwood. It's Varina versus Hermitage. Big early season battle. Granted, a lot of Varina's players, including that man, Caleb Weiss, of course, still on the football roster, so he's not playing in this one, so the star point guard out. And yeah, this was on Thursday night before the first slight snowstorm we would have, and the advantage Varina would have was on the glass, particularly off missed free throws. Up and no, but the rebound, number 13, up and in. Good for 2. A.J. Ross doing the damage later. Blue Devils again on the offensive board. It's Ross again. Good for 2. Counted. And the foul. They made a living off of getting rebounds off missed free throws. And then Hermitage, they would have answers in this one, especially when they need it the most. Bucket counted and 1. Miles Brooks for 2. And then number 1, having some fun, finding the open man, the Rainbow J. That can hit the rafters before it comes down. Number 11, Jordan Maples. He connects for 2. More from the Panthers. Sharing the rock. 3-ball, money ball is good. Count it for Javarius Thurston. Sophomore with the long-range J. Varina comes back, right back in the lane, number 5, doing some damage. And then, you know, when you go with the double team, you live and die by it. Missed on that one, and Hermitage takes advantage. Up 1, 17-16 after 1. Second quarter highlights we go. Inside, easy squeezy, lemon peasy, number 12, doing the honors. Ryan Dennis, then Herm. Another Rainbow J from the corner, up and in. That's his spot. Number 11, Jordan Maples. Sweet like syrup, inside, yes. Number 4, Tyson Brooks. Junior connects for the bucket. More from Hermitage, number 1, Javarius Thurston. He's looking good. Panthers going a little mini run to end the half. 29-23, they'd be up 6. Would be up double digits if they could just box out on the free throws, right? Double team again, this time. Varina executes. Caleb Straughter for 2. Hermitage, though, no problem. 3-ball, corner pocket. Yeah, another one nylon for Jordan Grant. Back and forth seesaw affair. The extra pass and the flush. Varina with answers. A.J. Ross again. He was a problem for the Panthers. But Hermitage, when needed most, they would find buckets inside and out. Inside, Bryson Robinson, good for 2. Varina trying to get the stop, pop, drop buckets. Number 3 doing the honors. That is good for the short J, but Hermitage making huge shots when it mattered late. Jordan Grant again, and then Grant missed there, but the 3-ball would count on the previous possession. Coming right back is Varina. Straughter also had a solid game on this night, but we go to the fourth, back and forth, 41-40. Hermitage cling to that 1-point lead. It would be their defense that would lead to offense. That would be the difference. Number 3, Bryson Robinson. What would Varina do? Well, we know what they do. They rebound off missed free throws. And Straughter is there for the putback and 1. He would convert the 3-point play. That would put Varina down by just 1. Hermitage late in the fourth. Great passing. Great execution. Rod Carrington for 2. And then check out the defense right here. Great handles by Hermitage. Inside, yes. Carrington delivers, and the Panthers get a huge home victory early on in this basketball season. 54-47, your final. Best of luck to the Blue Devils and Springers on the gridiron when they battle for state championships out west. In the meantime, if you have any questions or comments about the show, just send me an email to this address, sportswire@henrico.k12.va.us, and you can always follow us on X and on Instagram. Make sure to catch past episodes on YouTube. I can't wait to see ya next time on Sportswire.